It all began with one small diner, a simple dream taking shape. A new way to cook, faster, sharper, unforgettable. Golden arches rose, a symbol brighter than neon. Families gathered. A meal became a tradition. The world followed, from Paris streets to Tokyo nights. Childhood found its flavor, toys, nuggets, and joy in every box. Even behind walls, a single bite tasted like freedom. Critics challenged, but reinvention kept the arches alive. Modern designs, fresh choices, the brand adapted. Digital screens and apps, speed at your fingertips. In times of crisis, drive-through and delivery kept hope alive. Today, it's more than food, it's culture, history, a global story still alive. In 1940, in San Bernardino, California, two brothers lit a spark that would change the world. Richard and Maurice McDonald opened a small roadside diner. Just a glowing neon sign, a few parked cars, and a simple menu. But inside this modest kitchen, a revolution was quietly beginning. Nobody could have guessed that this tiny diner would someday feed billions. By 1948, the brothers dared to rethink everything. Out went the long menus, in came focus and speed. They called it the speedy service system. Burgers, fries, and shakes prepared with factory-like precision. The kitchen became a symphony of sizzling grills and clattering trays. Customers didn't just get food. They got speed. And fast food was born. Then came Ray Kroc. In 1955, this ambitious salesman saw what few others did, the potential to expand McDonald's far beyond California. He opened the first McDonald's with the now iconic golden arches in Des Plaines, Illinois. Bold, modern, unforgettable. Suddenly, McDonald's wasn't just a place to eat. It was a brand, ready to conquer America. The 1960s turned McDonald's into a cultural force. Marketing campaigns, catchy jingles, television commercials, the arches weren't just a logo, they were a household name. Families crowded the restaurants. For children, a trip to McDonald's meant excitement. For parents, it meant convenience. In an era of change, the brand stood for comfort, joy, and togetherness. By the 1970s, McDonald's crossed oceans. From Paris to Tokyo, the golden arches rose in city after city. For millions abroad, their first Big Mac wasn't just a sandwich, it was their first taste of America. A symbol of globalization, a piece of culture traveling faster than ever before. McDonald's had gone from local to global. The 1980s brought innovation wrapped in joy. The Happy Meal appeared, packed with toys that became childhood treasures. McNuggets and McChicken joined the menu. For kids, McDonald's became magical, a place of fun and laughter. For parents, it was an easy way to bring smiles to the table. The arches weren't just global now. They were universal. Then came a moment of history in 1990. In Moscow, behind the Iron Curtain, thousands lined up for hours at the very first McDonald's in Russia. Burgers and fries symbolized more than food, they symbolized freedom, change, and hope. That first bite became a memory etched into history. But giants face storms. The 2000s brought criticism. Documentaries, health debates, questions about fast food. McDonald's came under fire, but it did not fall. Instead, it adapted. New salads, new menu options, redesigned restaurants. The arches were polished, modernized, and kept alive. Reinvention was the key to survival. The 2010s brought the digital shift. Self-order kiosks, mobile apps, and online delivery transformed the experience. Fast food met the smartphone generation. Ordering became touchscreens and clicks. Efficiency became digital. McDonald's wasn't just fast anymore. It was smart. Then came 2020. The world shut down. Empty streets. Silent cities. The pandemic changed everything. McDonald's adapted once again, focusing on drive-through, delivery, and safety. Workers in masks, meals passed through windows, contactless service. Even in the darkest of times, the golden arches glowed, reminding people of normalcy and comfort. By 2022, the world demanded more than speed. It demanded responsibility. McDonald's introduced eco-friendly packaging, plant-based options, and greener restaurants. Paper straws, renewable energy, and a new image for a changing planet. From burgers to sustainability, the brand was reinventing its legacy once again. And now, in 2025, McDonald's stands tall as more than just a fast food chain. It is culture. It is history. From one small diner in California to over 100 countries and billions of people served, the Golden Arches have become a global symbol. They are more than a place to eat. They are a piece of our collective story. And even after 85 years, that story is still being written. In a small garage, two dreamers built the seed of a revolution. A rainbow apple, bold, simple, unforgettable. 1984, one glowing screen broke the silence. Apple became freedom. Color returned. The iMac turned computers into joy. 1,000 songs in your pocket, music became freedom, and the world began to move with it. One device changed everything. The iPhone wasn't just a phone, it was the future, in the palm of your hand. With the App Store, Apple built not just apps, but an entire universe of ideas, creativity, and endless possibilities. They asked, why do we need this? And soon, they couldn't imagine life without it, a new way to work, play, and dream. On your wrist, technology met life itself. Time, health, and connection pulsing with every heartbeat. From a garage, to a kingdom. Apple Park, a circle of glass and steel, the living heart of a global empire. Apple reshaped reality itself. The Vision Pro wasn't just a device, it was a window into tomorrow. Apple isn't finished. This is only the beginning. The next chapter of innovation is still being written. In 1976, the story of Apple began not in a tower of glass or a polished headquarters, but in a quiet suburban garage. Two dreamers, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, worked day and night, surrounded by wooden tables, scattered wires, and the hum of circuitry. What they built was more than just a computer, it was the seed of a revolution. A spark that would ignite a future no one could yet imagine. Just a year later, a new identity was born. A rainbow-colored apple on a black background, bold, playful, unforgettable. It was a logo that stood apart from the cold, corporate symbols of the time. More than a mark, it was a promise, Apple would be human, creative, and different. People didn't just see a company. They saw a vision of technology that could belong to them. Then came 1984. In a world of gray conformity, Apple unveiled a moment that would go down in history. The Macintosh launched with a commercial unlike anything seen before. One glowing screen broke the silence, and suddenly Apple was more than a brand, it became a symbol of freedom, of rebellion, of possibility. The world realized that technology didn't have to chain us, it could set us free. But Apple's path wasn't always straight. After years of struggle, the company came back to life in 1998 with a product that redefined what a computer could be. The iMac burst onto the scene with bold colors and a translucent body that turned heads everywhere. Computers, once cold and intimidating, were now fun, friendly, and personal again. Apple didn't just bring back color, it brought back excitement. And then, in 2001, Apple transformed music forever. The iPod arrived with a simple promise, 1,000 songs in your pocket. For the first time, music was not limited to shelves of CDs or heavy players. It was light, portable, personal. White earbuds became a global icon, and with every beat, Apple gave people freedom. Music wasn't just listened to, it was lived. 2007 marked the moment that would change everything. On stage, Steve Jobs introduced a device that seemed almost impossible. A phone, an iPod, and an internet communicator, all in one. The iPhone wasn't just a phone. It was the future, wrapped in glass and steel, placed directly into the palm of your hand. It redefined communication, and in doing so, it redefined modern life. But Apple didn't stop there. Just a year later, the App Store was born. What seemed at first like a marketplace quickly became an entire universe. Millions of apps filled screens, each one a doorway to new ideas, creativity, and possibility. Apple wasn't only building devices anymore, it was building an ecosystem. A living, breathing world that connected people in ways they had never imagined. Then came the iPad in 2010. At first, many laughed. Why would anyone need this, they asked. But soon the answer was clear. The iPad wasn't just a bigger iPhone, it was a new way to work, to learn, to play, to dream. From classrooms to studios to living rooms, it created a space that people didn't know they were missing, and once they had it, they couldn't let it go. By 2014, Apple had already conquered pockets and desks. Now it moved to the wrist. The Apple Watch wasn't just a timepiece. It was health, fitness, connection, and style, all pulsing with every heartbeat. For millions, technology had never felt closer. It became part of their bodies, part of their lives, a silent companion with every step. As the products grew, so did the vision. In 2017, the world saw Apple Park, a vast ring of glass and steel, a modern coliseum for innovation. From a small garage, Apple had risen to build a kingdom. Apple Park wasn't just an office. It was the physical heart of a global empire, a living symbol of design, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of the future. And then, in 2023, Apple did what it had always done, it reached further. The Vision Pro headset arrived, reshaping reality itself. It wasn't just a screen. It was an entire world, floating in front of your eyes, blending the digital with the physical. With Vision Pro, Apple didn't just show the future, it invited us to step inside it. Now, in 2025, the story continues. The screen fades to black. A single silver apple glows. And the voice reminds us, Apple isn't finished. This is only the beginning. Every device, every idea, every dream has been just one chapter in a story still being written. From the garage, to the kingdom, to whatever comes next. In 1886, Coca-Cola began in a small Atlanta pharmacy as a medicinal tonic. By the turn of the century, it became more than a drink, it symbolized joy. In the 1920s, Coca-Cola was a global icon, embraced by millions. During the war, it connected soldiers and civilians, becoming a symbol of unity. In the 60s and 70s, it was part of social change, uniting people everywhere. By the 80s, Coca-Cola had become a global icon, known around the world. As the digital age arrived, Coca-Cola led the way in reaching a new generation. In the 2000s, it was no longer just a drink, it was a cultural force. In the 2010s, Coca-Cola showed that its timeless message of unity still resonated. In 2025, it stands as a symbol of joy, love, and connection. From a small pharmacy in 1886 to a global leader, Coca-Cola's journey is one of connection. Coca-Cola, the real magic, a drink that connects us all. Coca-Cola's journey began in 1886 in a small pharmacy in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. John S. Pemberton, a pharmacist, created a medicinal tonic to treat ailments like headaches. The original formula combined coca leaves and cola nuts, with carbonated water added. It was sold as a remedy, but the drink's refreshing taste quickly caught on. In just a few years, Coca-Cola evolved from a medicinal tonic into a drink that was part of everyday life. The first advertisement was placed in 1886, and by the turn of the century, Coca-Cola had grown beyond just being a remedy. It became a refreshing drink, synonymous with happiness, and began appearing in local stores and on street corners. The iconic glass bottle, introduced in 1915, helped solidify its image as a distinctive brand. By the 1920s, Coca-Cola had become a cultural phenomenon. It was no longer just a beverage but a symbol of joy, comfort, and refreshment. The "Drink Coca-Cola" signs that adorned billboards across America became a signature feature of the brand, signaling its place in popular culture. Coca-Cola's advertisements often featured images of happy, smiling people enjoying the drink, and its connection to the feeling of happiness made it a beloved product. During the Second World War, Coca-Cola made a bold decision to send the drink to soldiers on the front lines. The brand's decision to support the troops helped solidify Coca-Cola's role as a symbol of unity and support. The company built bottling plants near military bases worldwide to provide soldiers with Coca-Cola during the war, ensuring that they could enjoy the same refreshment as those back home. Coca-Cola became a taste of home for millions of soldiers and an enduring symbol of connection, even in times of war. In the 1960s and 70s, Coca-Cola embraced the global changes brought on by the civil rights movement, the rise of youth culture, and the social upheaval of the times. The brand's advertisements emphasized the message of unity and peace, reaching people across cultural and social boundaries. Coca-Cola's "I'd Like to Buy the World a Coke" commercial, aired in 1971, became one of the most iconic ads of all time, representing global harmony and Coca-Cola's role in bringing people together. The 1980s were a turning point for Coca-Cola, as it became a truly global brand. As the world became more interconnected, Coca-Cola was right there, expanding its reach to new markets across the globe. It became more than just an American drink, it became a universal symbol. Coca-Cola's catchy slogan, "Coca-Cola is it," helped solidify its position as the world's leading soft drink, instantly recognizable everywhere. Coca-Cola was now a part of global culture, present at every celebration, from birthdays to weddings to national holidays. With the advent of the internet in the 1990s, Coca-Cola adapted to the digital age. The company embraced new forms of advertising and reached a younger, tech-savvy generation through digital campaigns. Coca-Cola's "Share a Coke" campaign, which started in Australia in 2011 and spread globally, allowed consumers to personalize bottles with their names. This campaign connected people in a new way, using digital platforms to bring the brand closer to consumers than ever before. The 2000s marked Coca-Cola's continued innovation in a changing world. Coca-Cola not only maintained its position as the top global soft drink but also became a leader in social responsibility and sustainability efforts. The company launched initiatives to reduce its carbon footprint and invest in communities worldwide. Coca-Cola's role as a cultural force remained intact, but it now expanded to include environmental consciousness and corporate responsibility. In the 2010s, Coca-Cola remained true to its roots. The brand continued to adapt, offering new variations of its products, including Coca-Cola Zero Sugar and Coca-Cola Life. The brand also remained a leader in social marketing, launching campaigns that focused on the power of unity and happiness. Coca-Cola's focus on inclusivity and positivity ensured that it remained relevant in a rapidly changing world. By 2025, Coca-Cola continues to symbolize joy, love, and unity. From its humble beginnings as a medicinal tonic to becoming a global leader, Coca-Cola's journey is one of perseverance, connection, and innovation. The brand remains as powerful as ever, embodying the simple pleasures of life and continuing to inspire millions of people worldwide. Coca-Cola's iconic red and white logo, now synonymous with happiness, remains one of the most recognizable symbols in the world. The brand's ability to adapt to changing times, while staying true to its message of unity, joy, and refreshment, ensures its place as one of the most beloved brands in history. Coca-Cola is more than just a drink. It is a part of our collective identity, a reminder that the simplest moments, like sharing a cold drink with friends, have the power to connect us all. From its first bottle in 1886 to its place as a global leader in 2025, Coca-Cola's legacy is one of innovation, joy, and the real magic of bringing people together. Two men, one dream. No money, no fame, just belief. That spark became Nike. A line. A curve. The swoosh. $35 that captured motion, and became priceless. From waffle soles that flew across Olympic tracks, to Michael Jordan's leap that turned sport into culture. Nike didn't follow the world, it moved it. Then came 3 words that changed everything: just do it. Not a slogan, a heartbeat. The swoosh left stadiums, hit the streets, and became identity. With every decade came new motion, shokes, Flyknit, self-lacing shoes, and AI design. Innovation met purpose, and the planet became part of the mission. Nike stood for more than sport, it stood for courage, for equality, for those who keep running when others stop. From a tiny idea in Oregon to a global icon that changed how the world moves. This is more than a brand, it's the heartbeat of those who never stopped. Just do it. In 1964, in a quiet Oregon garage, 2 restless minds choose motion over doubt. Phil Knight returns from long runs and longer flights with a suitcase of ideas. Bill Bowerman stares at rubber, glue, and possibility the way a coach stares at a starting line. They do not yet have a brand, only a handshake, a trunk of shoes, and a promise to chase speed. They call it Blue Ribbon Sports. The room smells like sawdust and ambition. A single bulb hums. On a notebook, lines become sols, on the track, sound becomes tempo. What they own is not inventory. It is belief. By 1971, belief needs a face, a mark that can move even when it stands still. A young designer, Carolyn Davidson, sketches a curve that looks like wind catching a wing. Phil nods. Bill nods. $35 change hands. The swoosh is born, a simple stroke that says, if your heart is willing, your feet will follow. The shoes carry the mark, soon the mark will carry the shoes. Nike, named for the goddess of victory, steps into the race. Then 1972 hits the track. Bowerman pours rubber into a waffle iron and pours imagination onto the lanes. His athletes lace up the strange, grippy soles. Cameras roll at Munich. Spikes dig, shoulders drive, breath cuts the air like paper. A new sound joins the starter pistol, the quiet thunder of innovation. The world does not yet know every shoe store will one day echo with this idea. But the runners know. Lightness is a kind of freedom. 1984 arrives with a leap. A rookie walks into a league that doesn't allow his colorway, and he wears it anyway. Michael Jordan turns hang time into myth time, and the Air Jordan 1 turns a rule into a headline. Lines stretch around blocks. Courts become stages. Bedrooms become museums of boxes and laces. Sport becomes culture, and culture wears the swoosh like a crown. In 1988, 3 words step out of an editing room and sprint into history: just do it. They don't whisper. They do not explain. They challenge. Lace up when it rains. Lift when the bar shakes. Start when the map is blank. The slogan is not a sentence, it is a switch. People flip it, and lights turn on inside their lives. Nike learns that a brand can be a mirror, hold it up to someone's dream, and they will see a path. The 1990s widened that path into a boulevard. Hip-hop, skate, streetball, new languages of movement. Air Max bubbles glow in city nights. A swoosh on a cap turns into a nod from across the block. From TV to schoolyards, the rhythm is undeniable. You don't just buy performance, you wear belonging. Ads get louder, designs get bolder, and the world's heartbeat sinks to sneakers on concrete. The millennium doesn't slow the pace. In the 2000s, cushioning rebounds like a promise kept. Shokes stamp the ground. Nike Plus puts numbers to effort, turning miles into data, data into motivation. Your playlist keeps time with your footfalls, your progress graphs its own comeback story. The brand is no longer just fabric and foam, it is software, community, challenge, and cheer. 2010 rewrites the knit. Flyknit appears, thread by thread, waist reduced, weight trimmed, strength woven where it matters. The shoe becomes a message: faster can also be smarter, lighter can also be kinder. Factories learn new rhythms. Designers speak in grams saved and seconds earned. The planet claps, quietly at first, then louder as sustainability becomes a race worth winning. By 2016, a voice rises through stadium noise and city sirens. Equality. Believe in something. Lines of copy that feel like lines in the sand. Not everyone agrees. That's the point. Sport has always been a stage big enough for courage, and Nike steps onto it, knowing that some victories are measured in hearts moved, not medals won. The swoosh doesn't tell you what to think, it asks you to stand where you believe. 2020 tests every habit we keep. Arenas go dark. Streets go empty. We run circles in living rooms and sprints on rooftops. Yoga mats become playgrounds. A delivery box on the doorstep feels like a small sunrise. Nike reminds us that motion is medicine and momentum is hope. If the finish line moves, move with it. By 2023, imagination shakes hands with intelligence. Self-lacing shoes tighten to your day. AI helps sketch a future where materials learn from miles and silhouettes evolve mid-season. Designers collaborate with code, athletes collaborate with data. The question is no longer, what can a shoe do, but what can a human become with the right tools? The edge of possible shifts forward, a few millimeters at a time, then all at once. Now 2025 stands at the crest of the run. Nike is a signal recognized in every city, a story translated into every language of motion. From grassroots teams to global stages, from the first waffle iron to recycled yarns and digital twins, the arc bends toward better. The brand is not perfect, no living thing is, but it keeps learning in public, failing fast, and sprinting again. Because somewhere a kid is tying their first double knot. Somewhere a record is one breath away. Somewhere a dream is waiting for a spark. Along the way, the roster widened, women's marathons, World Cups, Paralympic podiums, high school fields under old lights. Local run clubs stitched strangers into teammates. Designers pushed circularity, grind, melt, remake, turning yesterday's sols into tomorrow's starts. The move to zero flag didn't flutter for show, it set direction, a reminder that victory without a planet is no victory at all. In every era, one pattern repeats: listen to athletes, listen to the street, and design for the future neither has quite named yet. And when the world argues about what comes next, the answer arrives laced, ready, tested at dawn, proven at dusk. From a tiny idea in Oregon to a global icon that changed how the world moves, the line is not straight, it climbs. This is more than a brand, it is the heartbeat of people who refuse to stand still, the pulse that says try, then try again. We all have a dream. Just do it.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.